Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to another AGIX video. I just did a video about Fetch AI, so I thought, why not do more AI coins? Because why not? So there is that. So we're gonna look at, how is this playing out? Where is this going next? Right now it's down minus 3.2%. Is it buy the dip opportunity just now? So we're gonna check that out. Bitcoin is doing okay-ish. It's up 1%, so as long as Bitcoin is stable, everything is good and dandy. And we would like the Bitcoin to go sideways, because when Bitcoin goes sideways, everything else can pump, right? Because when Bitcoin pumps, then everybody's so much focused on Bitcoin that nothing else pumps. So the fact that Bitcoin is going sideways is good. That said, this is the best kind of sorry about screaming into the microphone. I'm gonna pull it up a little bit over here. That said, this is the best kind of trend that I could find on the chart over here. Now you gotta understand that this move up here on the weekly time frame is a very steep move towards upside. So that is we don't actually have any kind of trend over here on the weekly time frame or anything like that, but we do have it on the daily time frame. And when you pull it in the small time frames, you get something like this over here. So we can analyze this and we can actually look at whether we're gonna, continue towards upside, what's gonna happen right now, and so forth, so forth. This move up here, because right now we are actually breaking really fast towards upside up here. There's also a midline over here somewhere. Go something like this up here. We managed to break that towards upside, but right now it looks like it's pulling back. You can see this curvature over here. It is curving towards downside. It looks like it wants to tap this midline again, because this midline has been acting as a very important support level for a while over here. And right now it looks like it wants to tap that. So are we looking for another move towards downside over here, and how much the move is gonna do? That looks like 7-8% moves towards downside, which is not actually that much considering how much this has pumped so far. Technically only 5x from the bottom, at least from the last move over here. From the down over here towards upside, it's 5 or 6x. This is actually 3x move, but from these lows down here, it was like 5x or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I think, yeah, 7x actually from the very lows up here. It's only from the last move we did just right now, 4x towards upside. 300% is 4x, guys. 300% is 4x. So over here it does look like it's coming into this curvature over here, and it's pulling towards downside, towards the channel up here. There's a support level up here that might actually break towards downside, but it does still look very bullish, and all the AI coins are actually very bullish. So again, on the daily time frame, we actually don't have any bearish signs, and all of the bearish signs are actually quite bullish. So let me explain to you one of the things that are actually bullish with this chart over here. So this on the daily time frame, if you look at some indicators down here, you will see what we call a bearish divergence. So sorry about that. When price goes towards higher up towards upside, and this indicator down here, what's called RSI or rubber band indicator, goes towards downside, we call it divergence. So this is diverging. One thing is going towards upside, the other thing is going towards downside. We call this bearish divergence. So it pulls back towards downside. But you also see that these bottoms are higher. So these bottoms are going towards upside. These bottoms are going to go towards downside. This is all what we call a bullish divergence. So it goes towards upside. Right now I have again, price going higher up here. So we have this line that goes towards upside, but over here we got this two lower levels. So this is bearish divergence, which actually pulls back. So what's actually happening up here that a lot of analysts do not understand is we are just consolidating. So this is what we would call a consolidation uptrend. So oftentimes you got some kind of move and then you consolidate sideways, but you can also, in very strong movements towards upside, you can consolidate by going towards upside. So you don't actually go that fast, but once you consolidate, then you break up and go towards upside. So the very big moves when it comes to AGIX over here, or Singularity, the big moves are going to come once we actually break this trend towards upside. But right now we are just consolidating inside a rising trend towards upside. Now, why do we consolidate, and what is actually happening over here? What's actually happening is that we were a little bit overheated over here towards upside, so we are pulling back, and what we are doing, we are resetting these indicators back down to some kind of 60 levels over here towards downside, because in a strong uptrend you will hold these 60 levels over here. Over here we pull back towards downside. I don't think that's going to happen again. Right now we are in the part of the market where that's very heated, very bullish, but this movement towards upside up here right now, it just pulling back this RSI towards downside, towards these levels over here, and once it's done that, it can continue pumping again towards these 90 levels up here at the top, again towards upside. You also see down here This is what we call a momentum indicator. The momentum indicator is still continuing towards upside up here. We had a big momentum move towards upside. That's why we are right now pulling back, and we lower the momentum towards downside over here. So we pull back even more. But right now, this momentum is again going to continue rising towards upside. We're going to get again a positive momentum towards upside. So when you look at charts and looking at indicators over here, everything looks good and everything looks fine. And there is actually no problem with the chart. On monthly time frame, we don't actually have any indications, because there is not a lot of chart over here to analyze that, at least not on this chart. But right now, nothing is telling us that, you know, in any shape, way, or form, we are looking for any kind of movement outside of this channel towards downside. Now this dump over here was a big dump over here, but you gotta understand that this happened on every single coin. When Bitcoin hit 69k, there was a lot of paper hands selling, and once they sold, and you know, we dumped down, flash dump towards downside over here, it was pretty much over. This was also very, very good because it flushed out everybody else, and right now the price can actually continue towards upside. I am looking if we're gonna pull back, because this over here, this curvature up here is curving very, very nicely over here towards downside. We could pull back all the way back down to the midline over here, and then bounce off the midline again towards higher levels over here towards upside. But how much actually we pull back, that kind of depends once we start going there. There is another channel up here. It goes something like this up here. I think I drew it a little bit. I think this is channel over here. Smaller channel towards downside. This is on small time frames, 1 hourly time frame channel over here. This channel up here is telling us right now that we are just, you know, slowly pulling back towards downside. It's still, you know, target looks like it might be the midline over here towards downside, where it actually bounces out of the channel and then outside of the bigger channel towards downside, but we have to wait and see. But it does look bullish, guys. It does look bullish, and that's the most you can actually do with technical analysis. You can figure out whether stuff is bullish or bearish, whether it's consolidation or not, you know, whether it's gonna break something or not gonna break something. So when is the big moves gonna come? When we break the channel towards upside, guys. So not this little channel up here, the bigger channel up here. Now it's already having the big moves. I mean, it's already pumped like 20-30%, you know, every single time. But the big moves, like I don't know how to explain to you big moves, but big moves, whatever that means for you, right? So why is that so? Because once the channel breaks towards upside, what's gonna happen up here is we're gonna create another channel towards upside that's gonna be faster and steeper than the previous channel. That's why you get these big moves, because once one trend breaks, and if you break towards upside, you increase the speed and the trend, and then you have these bigger moves towards upside. And when you know, break that, you have the even bigger, you know, that's parabolic move towards upside. But basically, when you break the trend, you create a new trend. That trend is oftentimes steeper, especially these trends that goes towards upside, and you break that, you know, you create a steeper trend. So the big moves are gonna come. So what I'm looking on the chart over here right now, during this consolidation period, I will say consolidation period in an uptrend up here, maybe a little bit movement towards downside. Maybe just gonna go right now without, you know, any kind of pullback over here. Maybe just breaks. Maybe it's already pulled back enough. Sometimes these are things, you know, these things are a little bit hard to predict. But basically, once it actually starts pulling outside of the channel up here towards downside, big moves, whatever the big move means to you. Guys, below in the comments there is a link to the TA Fans Club, our own community over here on the channel. We got a Telegram group. We do altcoin videos daily, you know, talk about, you know, which coins look good, which coins look bad and stuff like that. That's something for you, check it out. On the other hand, we also do live streams at night for members only. So we can, you know, guys can ask me about coins and stuff like that. We also got a Telegram channel, public Telegram channel. Everybody's welcome, even you. So we welcome to come that. Last bull run, that was, you know, very, very cozy and nice in there. You know, 2,000-3,000 members in there. So we're gonna try to do the same this time around. Check that out. Hit the like button on the way out. You know, more I cannot ask of you. And besides that, have a nice day, guys. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.